Not to produce.
Yo, welcome to BeastmodeFx. Why do I always do this? It sounded so much better in my head. Well, welcome to my channel, BeastmodeFx. How are you doing today? I do analysis on various financial instruments and also make terrifying concepts on the market. Look surmountable all while having fun. Yay! That's to say we're going for profits though. Okay, so for today we're going to analyze Volatility 25-1S, V25-1S as it's called, and the daily just closed. Now, first things first, I would like to do a top-down analysis so as to get the macro and then the micro view. That's just jargons for long-term and short-term. Okay, so the weekly closed about 3 days ago and it was a bullish engulfing at a previous monthly low, and this also displayed another pattern known as a double bottom. So you can see that, yeah, so that's a very good buying order for those that got in early. And this is the range of the possible movement that is expected. Wow, now that's a lot of profit to be taken off the table. So, like I said, the market is looking to potentially make this move over the next couple of weeks, months, or whatever. So V25-1S in my experience has certain behaviors. For example, on the weekly, but when price gets to the moving average area, it tends to slow down and range a bit. The moving average acts as a dynamic resistance for it, or also a dynamic support in some cases. Now let me state here that every financial market has its own certain behaviors, and V25-1S has a lot of them. I'll be sharing with you all of this interesting patterns and behaviors. If you're all interested, so just let me know in the comment section below. So moving on to the daily, which is important to me, the market closed with a bearish spinning top and it has a resistance at 399.398.31. Now let me state that support and resistance zones are not specific lines. They are more like areas in the market, or zones as we like to call them. And the market also has an untested support below at 384.967.50. V25-1S has a pattern. Virtually every, like I said, every instrument has a pattern. And for V25-1S on the weekly, moves in three patterns. The first one being that it simply moves with so much momentum, covers a large range within the first 2 to 3 days, and within the last 3, it tends to give up about 60% of that move. It gets to retrace about that amount. So if you're caught on the wrong side, it's very painful. The second is it doesn't make much of a move in the early hours of the week. It only ranges a bit, looks like it doesn't have a clear direction on what it wants to do, and then in the final 3 days, wow, you can expect some large moves. And then the third pattern is we get a situation where the market just breaks through a full zone, like takes a long run and ends up not giving off, because why? It needed that long run to break a very critical support or resistance zone. So it uses that momentum to break and rests above it. So the market has approached the resistance zone. Look at it, formerly support, and then resistance. The market broke it, then it became support, broke to resistance. So you see that, so it's a tested region. A tested region at which whenever price gets there, it behaves in certain ways, okay? So the market has closed with a spinning top and it's bearish. Judging from the character of a bearish spinning top from or at a critical resistance zone, V25-1S tends to make a play for the previous day's high before finally deciding to fall or actually continuing the run. So with that said, I expect the market to make another play for 399,398.31. Sometimes it may not get that high, but judging from this momentum, I'm very sure it will. So, but let's safe to say that the minimum it will go is usually the body of the spinning top, okay, which is the previous candle on the daily. So we're looking at around 396,248.83. So what's my analysis? The market is still very bullish. Any sell is only temporary. Now, if the market fails to break the resistance zone above, it's going to drop, and most likely drop to 384,967.50. Using only the naked trading, the market has hit a resistance and is due to come back to test the broken support, the untested support actually. So this can only happen if there's a rejection on H4. Like I said, any sell is temporary as the market is bullish. So once it does retest that zone, that sort of shows that you're now in a safe zone to buy and ride it all the way to the top. Now looking at the moving average though, the 50 EMA and the life exponential moving average and the 20 SMA, simple moving average. Maybe I'll make a video on the strategy I use on that, the EMA strategy. So if that's something you would like, give me a comment on this comment section below. Now the moving average acts as a dynamic support. This can be a support either at the 50 or the 20. Most of the times I prefer that 50 for lower time frames, but for higher, probably 20 shows a strong trend. Now the market closed with a spinning top, and I expect the market to pull up, and if it fails at the top, to pull down, but temporarily. Remember, that's now counter trend trading. So what's my entry conditions? Currently the H4 looks bullish, and our entry will be a candlestick pattern on the moving average. This will make the market play for the previous high, and that's a good scalp. Remember, that zone is also critical, so we don't want to be caught in case it rejects it harshly. We don't want to be caught on the wrong side. Now I say that because looking at yesterday's move, we can see that it's still very bullish, but yesterday it made a play and came down for a double bottom. So I expect this to be a critical break of the 50 EMA. It will come up to retest on a smaller time frame and then fall back to this point. So a short sell, but also one can also decide to use a buy limit at 388,636.93 to take profits at 393,118.72, or better yet, to use a trading stop loss since you know you've gotten into the buy. Now 30 minutes is looking very choppy and the moving average is looking more flattened out. Again, read the candles at certain points. That's what tells us what we are supposed to do. And also I'll make a video soon on candlestick patterns and what they represent in general. So in conclusion, the major trend is bullish, so we're looking for a re-entry opportunity, and that can happen in two ways. The market falls to the support below, or it breaks the resistance above and comes to retest that broken resistance, probably on a smaller time frame, but not, I don't really like going lower than the 15 minutes time frame. So we are scalping the sell while we look for confirmation to enter the buy. So that's it, guys. That's the long, medium, and short. That sounds weird. So guys, let's have a discussion in the comment section below. What do you agree with? What don't you agree with? Suggestions for future videos? All that will be taken into account. So please do like, share, and subscribe, as that helps a lot. So we'll see you in the next one.